friends, my name is Bilal Khan, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the points that you need to keep in mind if you want to contribute to an open source project. So generally, when we want to contribute to an open source project, the common tools are recommended to us like the Git or GitHub, and these tools are helpful if you want to send a PR. But the question arises that how we can actually contribute to a project, in what way, how we can talk to the maintainers, or what are the tools or the methods that will help us in order to contribute into that project properly, right? So in this video I'm going to be talking about some of these points that will help you in order to contribute to a project. I will not be talking about the tools, instead I will be talking about the methods that will be helpful to you in order to contribute to a project. So let's take a look at some of these points. Now, the first point that you need to keep in mind if you want to contribute to any kind of project is that first of all, just look at the softwares that you are using already and that are open source. Let's say if you are using the VLC player, that project is open source, right? So just go to that repository and find that whether the tech stack that you are using is matching with your tech stack. Even if you are not using that VLC player, let's say if you are using any other software in your daily life, let's take a look that whether that software tech stack is matching with your own tech stack, and if that is matching, this is a good sign that you can contribute into that project. Now there is another approach also, that even if you are not using that software, whether you are liking that software or not, even if you are not using it, but do you like that software to be contributing into? So this is also a good sign. And another good sign is this: even if you are not using it, or even if you are liking it, just look at the communities, whether they have the active communities or not. If they don't have the active communities, then this is a sign that you need to avoid this project and move to somewhere else. But if the community is present in the form of Slack channel or Discord server, this is a good sign that the community is active. And another sign is also this, that let's say even if the Slack channel or the Discord server is present, you can still go there and check the messages, that what is the gap between those messages, whether the message is received yesterday or 2 days before, or it has taken like 1 week or 2 weeks or a month. So if the communication gap is too much, then it's a sign that the project is not communicating with the contributors. Instead, what you need to do is to go to some other channels or go to the issues or the PRs, that how the maintainers are talking to the contributors, and whether the environment is toxic or whether they are helpful in order to provide the resources to the contributor, or whether the PR is not merged and the contributor is only waiting for like 1 month, 2 months without getting the feedback from the maintainers. So these are some of the signs that you need to keep in mind if you are getting into that open source project. So yeah, some of these points like using it, liking it, whether the tech stack is matching with your project, or whether the community is active. Now another point that you also need to keep in mind is to don't go to the issues. So many people who are starting contributing, they directly go to the issues and they want to find the good first issues that are present in that project. Although the good first issues still exist, but you need to keep this in mind that there are not that many good first issues. Whatever the good first issues are present, they are mostly taken by some other contributors already, and you will just find some few good first issues that are not assigned to people, but most of the issues are assigned to some contributors. And the problem is this: even if the good first issues are assigned to you, you will not be able to find the problem solutions easily. Instead, you have to understand the project in a proper way in order to solve that issue. All right, so not good first issues are not like that much easy. Instead, you have to understand the project in a proper way in order to solve that issue. So right, so the solution for this is this, that you need to see the project as a client at first. So don't go to the good first issues. Instead, another approach is this: you can see the project as a client, that what are the problems that this project is solving for me. So if you will set a mindset that you are seeing this project as a client, then you will definitely see the problems in it, that whether that project is solving your problems or not. If the project is solving these problems, then it is fine. But if the project is not solving your problem as a client, then this is a sign that these are some of the problems that you can work on as a developer, right? So now another approach is this: if you have found the problem as a client, now take another mindset, that is the developer mindset. So the developer mindset will basically allow you to find the problems in that, and find the things that really are not working. So if these things are not really working, then the developer mindset will basically tell you that, hey, this is the thing that you need to work on, and this is an approach that you can take in order to solve this problem for a project. So right, these are the two kind of mindsets that you need to keep in mind if you want to find a problem, and after finding a problem, if you want to solve that in a proper way as a developer. So yeah, after having these kind of mindsets, now the next step is to go to the readme file. So after going to the readme file, what you need to do is to check that whether these problems or whether these methods of the project is mentioned or not. If the project structure or if the project methods are not defined clearly, then this could also be an issue, because you can raise an issue that, hey, I have read this project, I have understood it as a client, and after this I found some problems as a developer, but those problems or those methods are not discussed in this readme file. So this could also be an issue, and the maintainers can look at it, and if the problem is genuine, then he can assign that issue to you, and you can solve on this problem, and this will be a genuine issue that you will be working on, right? Now, after that, after reading the README file, the next step is to clone the project. So if you have cloned the project in your local machine, now the next step is not to just fix the README file or to fix just a simple word in English alphabet. Instead, what you need to do is to focus on the API side. Why I'm saying this? Because the API integrations will help you to understand that how the application is communicating with other things, with other services or microservices. Let's say if there is one feature that is communicating with another feature, so in this way you will really know that how the API is integrating with another feature. And let's say if you have one button in application, or if there is a CLI command, and let's check that how this CLI command is approaching to that specific command, or how this button is approaching to another functionality. So this could be with the help of APIs, that how this API is integrating with another API, and how this that API is integrating with another feature. So this will develop a chain or a structure in your mind that how this application is really working. After understanding that how this application is really working, you will be in a position to solve the problem easily. Instead of just opening up a file, you will not understand the code structure. Instead, what you need to do is to focus more on the API structure, that how the API or the commands or the buttons are communicating with each other. So once you know them, then you can better understand it, and after that you can relate to that what are the problems that are present in the project that I have faced it as a client, and how you can solve that problem by taking this API approach. And these are some of the points that you need to keep in mind. And the last point that I'm going to be talking about is to be respectful, because if you are raising any kind of issue, or if you are solving an error or the bug, you need to be respectful in order to send the message to the maintainers. So I want to recommend you that don't send multiple messages, or don't take the maintainers multiple times just to give them the notifications. Instead, the maintainers are busy, they have just looked at your message, but they will respond after some time. So don't make a rush. They have other responsibilities also. Many of the maintainers are doing this stuff for free. They are not getting paid. Instead, they are just doing these things for free in order to support the project. They are not responsible to give you the response. They are just giving you the response for the sake of the project without getting paid. So be respectful to them. Just solve the problems on your own. Try to solve them. Don't ask many questions. Try to solve the problems on your own. And you can use other tools also, like ChatGPT, Stack Overflow, and there are other AI tools, or the GitHub Copilot. There are all tools that you can use instead of just asking from the maintainers and disturbing them with minor issues. So yeah, these are some of the points that you need to keep in mind, and this is the approach that you can take instead of just watching some random tutorials or the random YouTube videos by knowing that the Git or GitHub is important. So although the Git and GitHub is important, but these things are important if you want to raise an issue or if you want to send a PR. But how to actually send a PR, this is the approach that I have told you in this video. So make sure to keep these things in mind, and I'm hopeful that you have learned something from this video. And if you have learned it, then make sure to like it and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.